Testing, testing. Test.
Testing. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Yep.
YMCA.
All right, we're about to kick off the next game. And in our presence today, we have Coach John Rowe, Coach Hollywood. He has traveled the world, he has played Gridiron, and we're really honored to have you here today, John. Thank you for doing the commentary. He'll be up in the booth doing the commentary for the rest of the game. But he's doing the coin toss for us today, so without further ado, we'll get you to take the field. Would you like to say anything? I'd love for you to say something.
Thank you. For those who don't know me, I'm Coach Hollywood. I am the head coach of the Australian Under-20 National Gridiron team. I've also been the head coach of the men's national gridiron team. I've coached players like Adam Gotsis, who's playing over in the States for the Jaguars, Jesse Williams, etc. And I want to say what an honour it is to be here for regional gridiron in Queensland. Mavericks, you guys are a hell of an organisation, good stuff. Hell of a game, that last one. And this one's going to be a doozy. You guys travel more miles, more kilometres than anybody else in the country. More than Western Australia, more than Victoria, more than New South Wales. And for the fact you guys are passionate about gridiron in this country, that is awesome. So thank you very much. I look forward to the gridiron toss and keep up the good support. Great stuff, Northern Queensland Regional.
Awesome. Thank you, John. All right, if I will put you over to the head referee to decide when we're going to pull out the captains for the coin toss. About 5 minutes, all right.
One, two, there we go. Hey, just a quick one. Well, unofficially, make sure you go to the canteen at the back, get yourself a drink. We've got the pizza down here. Support your local, get some hot chips. And feel free to boo the referees when on the field. Good stuff.
And we're about to get started for the opening kickoff. Cyclones take the field. Wolverines take the field. Reef Bowl 8 is about to get underway. And there goes the kickoff. It's a deep kickoff. Rockhampton gets under the ball, picks the ball up, starts to make his way upfield, looking for an opening, finds a little groove, finds a crease, gets outside, gets to the first wave, but the second wave is there, put him on the ground. So Rocky's going to start this game on offense, and Cyclones on defense. Here with Coach Hollywood. Coach Hollywood, if you had the coin toss, which would you prefer? Start on offense or start on defense?
That's a really good point there, Coach. It's basically, it's a feel for me, probably about 30 minutes before the game. How am I feeling with that? I don't believe in deferring. Deferring is for the high stuff of the NFL that have analytics and know what they're doing. If you decide to defer for the second half, the game could be over before the second half. So for me, it's either it's offense or defense.
Wolverines come to the line. They get set. They got a single back. Balance formation. Handoff goes to the sweep to the right side, looking for a little gap. And Cyclones, you can see the lateral speed of their defense there. You can see the Wolverines trying to attack the outside and not picking up many yards. So I'll throw it back again to Coach Hollywood. Why would you keep running if you're not making many yards?
Well, it's only the first play, Coach, so we have a look. I really like the look of this Cyclones defense. Really nice across the board there with the linebackers. Two deep safeties. Just adjusting, we're looking at sort of a single for back formation with two receivers and tight end to the side. So I'm going to have a look at this. It's a great pass out. So we pass out to number 7 there.
Have done that all year. They're good at trying to spread the defense there with that outside run, and then to just do that little pass. They're just taking what the defense gives them. So they're trying to see if they can find a little space on the outside, give one-on-one, break a tackle, and make a big play. Cyclones defense is settling in, picking up their responsibilities. Here comes the Wolverines to the line, right on midfield, halfway there to the promised land. Here comes the snap. There it is. Got a little pressure from the inside. Gets out there, makes a move, puts his shoulder down, and bangs forward for about 5 yards there. Good, hard running there. So that was something that takes a negative play to a positive play, and that's something you always want to see your playmakers make.
It's nice. Rocky moving the ball really well. Second down and about 6. Second down and about 5. Just taking some yards. Both teams settling in. This is a great opportunity. I haven't seen Rocky perform before, so this is really good. 3 linebackers for the Cyclones.
Middle, right into the heart of the Cyclones defense, and you can see that they're really trying to stop the run. They've committed themselves. The linebackers are taking that first step upfield, trying to find those gaps, those alignments and assignments, responsibilities. So gap responsibility is a very important part of the defense, something similar to what they do in rugby.
Different formation here for the Cyclones. Third and very short, definitely playing the run. No middle of the field safety. Great pass, great catch. First down 10 from about the 20. Great play call. And thanks everybody online for letting us know. Too soft, too loud. Good stuff. Keep the feedback coming.
So that was that's a very rare defense that they use here in North Queensland. That was what we call a cover 0. So that no one's back deep. They're all expecting to run up the middle. So just a slight inside move there on the receiver. Good execution, quarterback receiver, throw and catch, and they were able to make the first down. So here we go. See what the Wolverines have dialed up for us this time. Kind of a wing formation there, the little old school. Good blocking on the edge, makes the first man miss, puts his shoulder down, barreling ahead. So it looks like here Rocky's definitely coming out to try to establish the run, trying to control that line of scrimmage. And as Coach Hollywood tells you, that's where the game is won or lost, the line of scrimmage.
Nice little play there. Rocky's got the zone read going on. So what you're seeing here is the linemen on the left are blocking to the left, thinking the quarterback's going to keep it. The quarterback decides whether he's going to hand the ball off, and the linemen on the right are blocking for the running back. And if the quarterback decides to keep it, he's got blockers to the left. So nice little zone read play there. You can see with that wing, sort of that wing back formation from number 7 there on the left side for Rocky.
And he scores.
Great pass.
So that's just too easy there. So they was able to isolate the boundary receiver one-on-one, and then he was able to get to the outside. And then it was just, after that, it was just pitch and catch. So well done. First blood goes to the Wolverines. See the replay. That's what we like to see here in North Queensland. We like to see those big plays there. So now we're going to see if Wolverines are going to go for 1 or they're going to go for 2. So it's a rare.
You see Jim there. That's right. You see Jim there. The quarterback double pumped. He didn't like what he saw first, and then said, "Bugger it! I'm going to throw it straight over the top." Great job.
Yeah, and I thought he did a really good job on those throws. You just got to throw it out and down, so only your man can get it, or no one gets it.
Referees having a little chat.
Thank you to our referees. We couldn't play this game without them, and they do work hard to try to get these plays right. So it looks like we're set. Looks like we're going for 2 points. So after the touchdown, we can go kick the ball through the uprights for 1 point, or we can try for another try or a touchdown. That's worth 2 points in this case. The defense can also score on this play.
Not sure whether his arm was going forward. They've called an incomplete forward pass. 3 receivers out to the right. Looked like the QB was trying to roll right, then pick one of those receivers. But no good on the 2-point conversion. 6-0 to Rocky.
So that's a great start by Rocky. That's what you want to see. Come out and get some momentum. And Coach Hollywood, how important is momentum in this game?
Momentum is huge in this game. It's one of those things of the first quarter you can just see is that they've come in with a game plan. The Cyclones have come in with a game plan, and basically they're just feeling each other out. So now, it's, as I was saying in the last game, the first quarter for me is really who's beating who. What's your guy look like? Is he fast? Is he slow? What's happening with the person opposite you? So the scheme for me, we as coaches, we have something what the team wants to do, but now it's for the individuals to go back and tell the coach, I'm seeing this or I'm seeing that.
Much better start than a touchdown on your first drive. Here comes Rocky's first kickoff. It's a deep kick, single back, sets up its blocking.
Perfect kick.
Makes a good cut up the field and good coverage downfield. The first wave is there. And he gets through the first wave, still fighting, but they wrestle him down about the 20-yard line. So the Cyclones offense has a little bit of work to do here.
Well done, number 14 from Rocky there. Like a little hound dog just chasing down that ball from left to right. And they got the return to the sideline. Nice job on the hustle. This is going to be interesting seeing the Cyclones series here. A lot of hype, a lot of players. Both teams have brought some numbers, Coach.
It's really growing here in North Queensland and throughout Australia. So it's good to see that the numbers just keep getting better and better, and the number of teams keeps growing. And it just from a grassroots perspective, it just makes the more talent available at the top levels. So let's see how the Cyclones plan to respond to that opening drive there by the Wolverines. A little bit of a delay here. They come out twins to the right, looking at from the offense's perspective. It's a little bit different formation than we've seen from the Cyclones. They had more of a balanced look. Inside run, makes a cut. He gets outside, good block on the edge. Then he gets downfield, tackle, excellent tackle in the open field by the D-back. But unfortunately, that's not what you want. So big run there by Nightmare and Kyle Reynolds. Good to see him back in action. So the first play by the Cyclones was a big play. So let's see what they're going to follow that up with. They come to the line again. They're pushing out again, they're spreading out their receivers. They got the 2 backs. And there's the play. Quarterback keep right up the middle. Just a quarterback draw right up the middle. Makes the first man miss. Gets outside. Got good downfield blocking and is wrestled down by the D-backs again. So, again, another big run there by the Cyclones. So, Coach Hollywood, is it do you consider it a bad sign when your defensive backs are making tackles on the running backs downfield?
Well, it's a start. I mean, as I said, they're feeling each other out, see what's going on. But Cyclones are definitely moving the ball really, really well. You don't want them to take too many chunky yards. Cyclones will be really, really happy with that. The D-line just going to feel it out, see what's going on. It was a quick strike from Rocky, so we may see another quick strike from Townsville.
So 2 backs in the shotgun formation. Inside pressure. CJ rolls right, tries to throw downfield. Oh,
baby.
That's ill-advised pass there, and Rocky's defense was right there on the spot. However, it's not too bad of a result. It's deep in their own end. So, Coach Hollywood, I'll throw it back to you again. I'm going to put you on the spot. You're deep in your own end. You got the ball, but, what are you worried about here? What's the concern to it being deep in your own end?
Well, they're moving the ball really, really well. So they've been running up the middle a little bit. And basically what we saw there was the QB had eyes on that receiver down the end, threw it too low and too late. He was open, and if the receiver kept running, you could have hit him in the back of the end zone. But it was just a little bit of indecision from that QB rolling. It was a great interception. But when you get down inside the 30, I mean, your playbook's very, very much open, so you can really choose a lot of things. And for me, some of the coaches say, I'm going to script the first 15 plays or things like that. For me, it's not. I might do the first 3 plays and then just go for a feel of what's happening for me.
And so inside handoff, just the old student body forward kind of thing. So everybody just runs to the right, and now you follow everyone else. But that's what they got to do. They got to push out some yards here. They got to get a little bit of operating room here. So this is an opportunity for the Cyclones defense to not only step up, but to keep Rocky pinned deep and give the ball back to their offense in good field position. Obviously, Rocky does not want that to happen. They want to grind out a couple of first downs, and then even if they have to punt, they can just flip the field, as it's called.
Yeah, you nailed it on the head there, Jim. It's basically just a little bit of operating room there, only 4 yards from their end zone. I think they're going to try and do that all night, Jim. Try and hit that 7 on that sort of 5-yard speed out, see how we go with it. Could be a little bit dangerous down towards the end zone here if the pass is a little bit inherent for the pick, but I think they're going to try and do that all night.
Yeah, so that I actually think on that one, I agree with you there, Coach Hollywood. I think the throw there was just not there, so the quarterback was just interested in just throwing it away more than trying to complete that, because you make a mistake down here and it's a touchdown for the defense.
Definitely nervous then. 3rd down and about 12.
So let's see what Rocky's going to dial up. Big play here. Not much in the playbook for 3rd and 12.
Blitz from the side.
And the quarterback goes down. Never had a chance. That was a well-timed blitz. Never saw it coming. Never was able to get his eyes back downfield. And so now they got to punt from their own end zone, deep in their own end zone.
You'll see here on the replay that left outside linebacker just takes a little delay and then says, I'm going.
Tackle. It's hard sometimes when you are blitzing like that to bring yourself back to center and make the tackle. But Chelepy is a elusive quarterback. So in the shadow of his own goalpost there. Let's see how good he's going. Cyclones should have excellent field position after this.
His heels are right on the edge of that end zone. Just off the side, little foot. Gonna let that go. That's a great
nice bounce. Nice bounce there. And he's going to just roll dead. And the Wolverines get a little bit of a lucky bounce there, but Cyclones go back. Flag is down. I'll let the refs call this one.
Almost back at the line of scrimmage there. Said flag on the play. Really interesting job there by the punter. Punter had his heels almost on the end zone line. It was a fortuitous bounce for Rocky. We'll wait to see what the flag. A bit of a discussion. Here we go.
personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 43. 15 yards.
So it
end of
looks
play.
like the
First down.
So it looks like the penalty occurred after the change of possession, after the kick. So that's just going to back the Cyclones up. They still have the ball, but again, they still got a lot of work to do. They got to go 70 yards for a touchdown. So let's see what they have going this time. What they were doing last time was working. So let's see if they can keep that executing all the way through to the end zone this time.
Fortuitous bounce. And we'll see Townsville Cyclones. 1st and 10.
And there it's under center. Flag comes out right away. Nightmare gets to the outside, breaks away from one tackle, but gets wrestled down there. So good play there by the Wolverines linebackers. They were able to get the running back before he went too far. But let's just sort out the flag.
Flag came in very early,
Sides on the defense.
which it looks like.
Penalties declined. Second down.
It's on the Wolverines defense. There's an imaginary line that runs through where the ball is placed on the field from sideline to sideline. That's the line of scrimmage. And it's also
Knoxville will accept the offside penalty.
delineates where
5 yards from the previous spot. It remains the first down.
the offensive defense sets up. So if the offense moves too quick, that's something that happens before the snap, then that's a false start. But if the defense is across the neutral zone, if any part of their body is past where the ball is, then that's neutral zone infraction or offside, usually a free play for the offense.
Always love the explanation, Jim, of that neutral zone extends around the world. Couple of penalties starting to creep into the game. We had that big opening drive by Rocky. Responded there by the Cyclones. Now we're getting a couple of penalties. Both teams are starting to get into the game, I'd say.
You brought up a good point. You know, they're just trying to still fill each other out. So there's no reason for the Cyclones to feel like they need to, score a big play or, throw a big touchdown pass or anything like that. So it looks like we had something happen there. Let's see what they call that.
Number 11 for Cyclones, Aaron Davies, I think it is, on the left side. Absolute doozy of a kick-out block on the cornerback. Great job for the running back to stretch it and then cut back into under his block. Very nice job from number 11, Cyclones.
Yeah, and that's what you see a lot from the Cyclones. They're a very disciplined team. They're well coached.
It seems to, yeah. Is that a red flag? Is that a challenge flag? Challenge flag. We're going to go back to Brisbane, Australia, for where the booth is.
So there's a little bit of excitement there on the Wolverine sideline, like there was a fumble. But it looks like they called it down on the field. So let's see what they go with here.
The ruling on the field is that there was a first down to the offense. Rockhampton is challenging the call.
There's
For
the
player being
square
down
box, which means we're
before
going to go to the
first
booth
down
review.
line.
So a bit of a double-edged sword. We'd like to get this play right, and it takes a little bit of time to review it, but it does have a little bit of break in the action. And that's something people talk about with Gridiron. It takes so long to play a game, and that it's not go, go, go like some of the other codes here in Australia, but that it's a very much a strategy. We're trying to figure out our strategy between plays, trying to figure out where our guys are and where our assignments are, alignments, responsibilities. And then sometimes we just have to make sure that we get this play right. This is a huge play. You can get the ball to the Wolverines or over to the Cyclones.
There is a common joke amongst Gridiron coaches and their partners is when the lady says, "How long have I got?" And they say, "Well, it's 2 minutes with 3 timeouts left." And the lady goes, "Well, I've got 45 minutes then." So there'll be a little time. One of the things, Jim, is I'll honestly say, and I've said it before with my co-commentator Kenny Andreas in Gold Coast, is I am not a fan of coaches throwing the challenge flag in this league, in any league, that we don't have at least 8 cameras, because you can't get a solid view of anything.
Coach Josh from the Centurions just walked by the booth. Nice to see him still here having fun.
He's looking a little bit tan too. I mean, you don't get that tan in Canberra, that's for sure, Coach Josh. He's certainly worked on the tan today.
Yeah, I think he's been happy to be up here with the warm weather. He said he's waiting for it to warm up down there at the Capital Territory.
And you can tell he's a rookie coach on the sideline at Mackay because he's wearing all black. You just don't do that.
Looks like we're about to get a decision.
After review, the play stands. The call on the field stands. It is a first down to the Cyclones. A timeout is charged to Rockhampton. That's their first timeout of the half. Rockhampton have also lost the right for any further challenges in the game.
So the play on the field has been confirmed. The runner must have been down before the ball come out. And we're back to live action. So back to the shotgun formation. Little bit of a razzle dazzle there. That play there, John, it really brings back memories. That's a little bit of the triple option there that I grew up with. That's the offensive system that I first learned, so that was good to see.
We must be the same age, because that is my favourite offense of all time, is the triple option. So basically the quarterback can either keep it, the quarterback can give it to the fullback, or the quarterback can pitch it to the outside runner. And I still think it's the greatest offense. I mean, you look at Air Force, look at Army, look at Navy, etc. It's still one of the greatest offenses to run. Very, very happy with triple options.
So they pitch to Kyle Reynolds, who gets outside, goes to the edge, and is able to make a good gain down the sideline there. So they look like they're doing a lot of running over onto that left side of their offensive line. So they must be getting some good blocks, good work rate by their offensive linemen.
Absolutely, Coach Jim. I think there was, again, number 11 in that slot position. Great block, and they also had another guy outside. I can't see who it was, but might have been 45. Why not pitch it outside, let your receivers do some outside blocking. Another first down and 10 for Cyclones. Just moving the ball methodically here. Nothing too flash, nothing too big, just moving it.
Yeah, and here comes the play again. A little bit of razzle-dazzle. Comes out wide open, gets behind the coverage, and then we have a touchdown. So, yeah, there's that the follow-up to that triple option. They can throw out of the triple option, although when I was playing receiver in triple option, they never threw it to me. But in that case there, the defense lost track of the receiver, and he was able to get behind him. Easy throw for a touchdown, and we're tied up.
That's a great throw by a left-handed quarterback. So basically, fake the pitch, rolled out to the right, had to square his shoulders up, throw it. The receiver was open, and it's one of those things of you often get quarterbacks like, he's wide open, I hope I don't mess it up. Really nice job of getting over the top, and the momentum from the defense took him into the end zone. So really nice job from the Cyclones quarterback, squaring the shoulders, getting the shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, and just launching it downfield. Great job.
I'd go for 2 points as well. They line up. Let's see what they have dialed up for this situation. And just like a toss sweep, looking for a little room in there. Cuts back inside and is able to follow his blockers.
There
and
it is.
it's in. So we now have a lead change, 8-6 Cyclones.
A little bit delayed there, signal from the referee, but he got it in there. Just really following that pack of scrum again. Looks to be number 11, the receiver again on that side of the field. Just doing some really good blocking with the O-line and just rumbling and packing the scrum and rolling it over. Really nice drive. I said just methodical until that big play in the corner there. Let's see how Rocky comes back. Had a really nice opening drive. Let's see what they do here.
Now I can throw it back to you, Coach Hollywood. When you have a 2-point conversion, do you have like a set plays for 2-point conversions, or you just run your normal offense?
Oh, yeah, I absolutely have. I have at least 6 set plays for 2-point conversions. And one of the things that I don't see a lot of people do is and maybe people don't know, is you can select the ball on either hash mark for a 2-point conversion. You never run a 2-point conversion from the middle. I always run it from the left or the right, so I've got a field to roll to if I need to.
Another a little bit shallow kickoff this time, and let's see if it stays in bounds. No, it does not. So that's a penalty, and that's unfortunate. That is a miscue on the special teams on the Cyclones' behalf. So what do you reckon they were trying to do there, Hollywood?
It is high. There is a bit of space down there in that between the sort of the second wall and the returners, but it's probably just got away a little bit from him. The wind has died down a little bit, so it's definitely not as strong as the game you just played at, Jim, for that reason. But I think they were just trying to pick a pooch spot, but it just went a little off the foot and outside. But great field position here for Rocky.
A little bit on the scoreboard, but also the momentum is starting to swing back towards the Cyclones. So they really need to come out with a good statement drive here, really say this is what Rockhampton's about. This is what we're going to do. So they come to the line. Quarterback looks, surveys the field, checks his receivers, makes the calls. There's a snap, inside handoff, and no, the linebacker's through right away. So found a gap somewhere, was able to exploit it, and that's just not going to work out well at all. The penetration is the key thing there for the defense. The penetration stops the run plays, stops the pass plays. You have to get your offensive line to say just no penetration.
Nice job by the linebacker Smith, just cutting through. Cyclones staying in their 4-3-4 defense. The two safeties there playing, I think, the hash marks. You can see they're moving. So they're playing the field, not the formation. So keeping it a balanced cover 2 offense. There's number 7 on the out route again. Just trying to fight. Good job by number 7 there. You can see the only problem that the Cyclones have got him there, but basically if number 7 puts his foot in the ground and does a nice big swat, one of those cornerbacks may over pursue and he'll be able to cut it back inside. But they've got bread and butter going on with number 7 just on those nice little, say, 6-yard speed out routes. Very nice.
And good execution there by the Wolverines offense. Just take what the defense gives you, keep chipping away. Nothing frustrates a defense for them to have to stay on the field. This is third down, big, huge play here. So can the Wolverines keep the drive going? Can they keep the defense on the field, or are they going to have to kick it away? So let's see what they've dialed up here. There's a snap. Looking for his receiver. Has him open in the middle of the field. Bounces off his first man. Second guy misses. Gets to the outside. He's able to catch to the corner and just gets pushed out of bounds just outside the 20-yard line. So big play there, John. Big play.
Kale Oxenham, number 7. Great job. Just a really nice dig route across the middle. Across the field, coming across there. A little bit of overshoot.
Timeout.
So what we're seeing here, Jim, is as you would know, but listeners, is we're seeing middle of the field open because of two high safeties, and they might split out to quarters coverage or cover 2. We're seeing that middle of the field open because the linebackers, we're throwing over the linebackers, but before the safeties. So those passes are there for the middle of the field open. Nice job from number 7. He's having a great first quarter.
You traditionally try to attack the seams, and I'll throw back to Coach Hollywood to give you an idea of how you can attack seams.
4 verticals, Coach. 4 verticals, just find somebody to manipulate one of the safeties, have somebody come back down. So basically, if there are 2 safeties in the middle field, there are 3 seams. There's the left, there's the middle, and there's the right. And basically, we're trying to make 2 people cover 3. So that's one of the great things about seams.
And for those of you that are watching, not sure what we're talking about, seams. The seams it's hard to see on this field, but it's the hash marks that go down the sort of middle of the field. And they call them seams because they look like seams on a sewing machine or something. And there we got an outside run. Finds a little spot to turn upfield. Bangs ahead for a few yards. So Rocky's really doing a good job here, John, of mixing it up. They got a little bit of pass, a little bit of run, and really keeping the Cyclones defense off balance.
One of the new concepts I'm loving, especially with seams, is, you know, the sort of old tradition, as I said, is you might have 3 defenders go deep versus 2. The other one is what I call is a follow route. So you might have 2 receivers run the same route, but one will be 10 to 15 yards in front of that receiver, and the other one will trail. So literally that defender will follow the first receiver and create an empty seam behind the original receiver. Just one of those new things we're toying with.
The NFL do that. They I think it's called a levels concept there, where you got one look, two reads. A little fake there, trying to find that open spot in the corner. Just overthrew Luke Davey, making that move for the corner. But that's okay. I don't know how you feel about that, Coach, but that's what I tell my guys. Take a shot down the field, but throw it out there. If your guy can't get it, then no one gets it.
Absolutely, and that's not a bad concept too. As I said, you got two in the middle of the field. The corner, that means the corners are open. So the middle of the field is open, and both corners are open. That's where we're seeing the quarterback for Rocky go for. Well, that's not a bad idea. I mean, look, we're third. They've moved the ball well. We're third and about 6, 3rd and 7. You know, we're on the 25-yard line. There's options, and if they haven't got a field goal kicker, they'll probably go for it here.
So you reckon it's 2 down territory?
Absolutely.
Takes a snap, fakes outside, comes back, one-on-one, just can't get the receiver open. So that's good job there by the corner. I can't see the number, but good job there by the corner, staying on your man, not letting him get to that outside, just not able to complete that. So big decision here for Rockhampton. What are we going to do here? So they run someone on the field.
Want to give a shout out to Kenny Andreas down there in Brisbane. Kenny, how's that level now? We sound a bit better. Thanks for tuning in. Kenny, my offsider, saying we're sounding really good. Loving the commentary.
So here we go. Here's one of those momentum swings right here. So if Rocky can execute and get a first down or a score, they'll really take control of that momentum. If the Cyclones defense can hold here, then they're going to go to the sidelines feeling good. Here's the play. Looks back. A little bit of pressure. And the pressure gets to him. He's dancing around. He's able to break free, dancing around, but unfortunately cannot just escape. Too much pressure there. And that's what kills every play, John, just that pressure up the middle.
Absolutely. But the pressure up the middle was caused because he wanted to throw left, and he thought he had one-on-one, but basically Cyclones had a triangle defense, so we had a corner and a corner over 2 receivers. Then we had a safety in a triangle formation, so he was looking left all the way like he wanted to throw either a corner or a fade, but couldn't because it was 3-on-2. And that's when you get a coverage sack. Nice job by the D-line.
Cyclones are playing a high level of defense there. You're looking at what we call field and open and close where the ball is. And the Cyclones have 2 different defenses depending on where they are on the field. So good job here. Let's see if they're continuing with that little option look, that little misdirection there.
That's a play we used to love running in the Sun Devils back in 2018. We call that inside left, speed right. So it basically means we're going to run an inside zone left play. The quarterback can either hand it off, but also tells the halfback we're going to do a speed option right. The speed option goes with the quarterback and the other running back. So it's inside left, speed right out of what we'd call a yellow formation. Great little play.
Yeah, it's hard for the defense. You know, they got to find where the ball is. They got to maintain their gap responsibilities. And then they also have the threat of the outside run. They got to try to get lateral and vertical. It could be tough, but the Wolverines' defense has been pretty disciplined so far. Fakes the handoff, able to get outside, and gets knocked down.
Gets lit up.
Gets knocked down pretty quick right at the first down marker. So let's see where they spot it. See if they give them a first down or.
Very close there, Jimmy. This referee's on this side saying first down. You can see by the arm being put up there, and the chains are moving. Very wanted to go for the play action, and a lot of pressure from that right side of the Rocky D line forced the quarterback to not get depth and pretty much try and just run straight away. So very, very nice job of Rocky not biting on that play action fake.
Yeah, and it's a good illustration of one of the major differences between this game and rugby is that we need to make those tackles and we need to stop that running back right away. We can't let them fall forward for a couple of meters. They only need 10 meters and 4 tackles, so they keep doing that. They just keep grinding down, and that's demoralizing for a defense. Looks like we had the end of the first quarter. 8-6 Cyclones. into the second quarter. So let's see what the Cyclones are going to do here. They're on their side of the field, which means they're not halfway yet, but they just got a first down. Just got a first down by a good quarterback run. That can always inspire your offense. You know, you see your quarterback out there working hard, and you're like, okay, I'm going to work hard too. Inside run, follows his blocker. Good job of setting him up. Makes a move outside. Able to get a downfield block. Excellent job there. And a good run there by Nightmare.
Number 7 there for the Cyclones, pleading for a little push in the back. Didn't really have an effect on the play, but you'll be watching that from the Rocky. That's a nice run. Good wheels there from number 7. First down and 10. Given number 7 there my raps, Thomas Jeeves. He was a member of our under-20 Outback squad in Mexico. I formation for the Cyclones. 2 receivers to the right. Handoff up the middle.
And they're making big runs there, John. Look at the holes. The running back's not even getting hit till he makes it to what we call the second level. So the line of scrimmage is what we call the first level. That's what you want to see those runs stop. But getting untouched through the line of scrimmage, getting into the linebackers, and you can start to see that it's wearing down the Wolverines' defense.
And we've seen that, Jim. We saw that in the last first quarter, and now we're seeing it here where the Cyclones are moving the ball well in that midfield. They're just having a little bit of trouble when they get close to that end zone. The field starts to compress. So it'll be interesting to see a couple of next plays that happen now, staying in that split back position with Twins White.
Steves takes a snap. He's looking downfield. He's got his one-on-one, and
Great catch.
Great execution there. There's not much you can do for that. The rules are set up for the offense to win, but they have to execute, and the offense executed that time, so well done. Moves the chains down the field.
Thomas Jeeves with the catch there. Just a nice little simple skinny slant. 3 steps, throw it inside so the defender can't get to it. Basically, the receiver uses his body as a shield so the defender can't get to the ball. Throw was a little low, but you could tell that was a great catch.
Yeah, that's that Jeeves to Jeeves connection. They're like connected some kind of psychically or something that they give us nightmares every year. So let's see what they're going to do here. Deep inside. Oh, nice cut through. Can it bring the guy down? Got to wrap up.
Great lateral.
And we're going to still trying to find his way outside. Cyclones won't give up, and they call the play dead. Lack of progress. Forward progress is stopped. They can call the play dead, and therefore it's a player safety thing. So we don't want our players getting hurt. So it doesn't look like they're going to make it. They can blow it dead. Sometimes that's a bit controversial because then suddenly they break free, but the play is dead.
Interesting that the safety for Rocky is favouring the right side. So they had 2 receivers to the top of the field there, basically that could have gone vertical. I think maybe that's where they were trying to go. Change it up here. They've got the safety in the middle of the field and got 2 receivers to the left.
Marines were expecting a run up the middle that time. They were able to plug their gaps. So as you see the players come to the line, the center is the one who grabs the ball and snaps it to the quarterback. And then usually have a balanced line. You have a guard on either side, then a tackle on either side of that. That creates gaps. That's what those defenders are doing. They're lining up in those gaps, and they have a gap responsibility, whether it be 1 gap or 2 gap, and trying to stop the running back from getting through those holes. Let's see what the Cyclones are going to do here. A bit of a third down quandary for him. Toss sweep there to Nightmare. Makes the first guy miss. Gets outside. Nice open field tackle there for minimum gain. And we're going to bring up a 4th down.
Harrison Harber. Great pursuit there for Rocky. Nice job. Nice with what we call the crocodile death roll tackle. Just roll them over. Really nice job. The Seahawks do the same thing. Excellent. 4th down. About 7 yards. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, they can make a first down, Hollywood, without getting a touchdown, but really it's going to be really trying to get into that end zone. But the Cyclones come out, they break the huddle. They're not going to go for a field goal. They look confident. Let's see what they have dialed up here. Fake the throw, quarterback sweep, coming outside, not sure if that was how they drew it up, but nevertheless, it almost worked. Maybe it didn't. penalty flag is down. Let's see what the refs are going to call.
Not sure whether we get an ineligible man downfield, but or across the line, or it could be on the defense. But I love the creativity of the play. You can see what the quarterback number 6 was doing was nobody was on him, so he was going to run towards the end zone. Then all of a sudden the linebacker said, right, well, I'm not going to go with the receiver. I'm going to come to the quarterback. Wait for the call here.
Forward pass on the play. The quarterback number 6 had gone beyond the line of scrimmage before throwing a forward pass. Then penalties declined. Turnover on downs. First down.
So you're right there, Jim. He was across the line of scrimmage, so he was for the pass there. But also then, once the cornerback saw that the quarterback was run, he left, and that's what number 6 saw, is his receiver wide open in the end zone, and basically tried to do a Mahomes underhand flip for almost score, but basically it wouldn't have counted anyway because he was across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a good discipline by the cornerback there. You stay on your man. Even if the quarterback's running out, you have to stay on your man. If you come up, then you're just going to have a pass thrown over you. So well done on the cornerback. Once the quarterback crosses the line of scrimmage, they cannot throw the ball. Then you can come up and tackle him. All right, let's see. Rocky's pinned deep in its own end again. Last time they were able to make a little yardage out and get a good punt, but this time I think they wanted to see if they could drive the field and take some of this momentum back and get a lead change again. Little motion inside sweep, jet motion, picking his way downfield. So it just gives the defense another thing to look at. Jet motion is where we have a receiver come off the line and run parallel to the line of scrimmage. We can option to the jet. We can fake the jet. We can throw off the jet. And it just makes a little bit of a problematic for the defense. Do you go with the motion? Do you just transfer your responsibilities across, et cetera, et cetera? So jet motion is a very popular thing. Hollywood, is that something you've seen as well at your level?
It is, but and also number 17 running it. Really good job of, I can't get any more out of this. I need to stick my foot in the ground and cut it back up the middle. That was a nice job by 17. Whistles before the play. Second down and about 6.
Delay of game. The play clock had expired.
Delay of game on Rocky.
5-yard penalty.
So even though it seems like we have forever to play this game, we actually do have a time limit to get each play off. And so the offense usually has 40 seconds from the time they spot the ball and make the whistle and the signal to actually put the ball in play. There are times when it's a little bit different. After penalties, after timeouts, and after scoring, stuff like that. Defense is set. They got their hands in the ground and coming with a blitz. And just too quick. Wasn't able to get the receiver and the quarterback on the same page there.
Really nice job of number 68, I think it was the center. Absolutely blew up his man on the quick pass. He's got 3 yards to have a bit of a play downfield. Just drew the linebacker back into the backfield, in his own backfield. A nice job.
So the Cyclones showing blitz again. Get outside. Got the ball outside. A little bit of a missed block there on the edge, but couldn't quite turn the corner. So that's just another play that demonstrates that lateral speed there of the Cyclones defense.
Nice job from the quarterback there, too. He just delayed it a second, so you didn't know if he was going to throw to him first or have a look down the field first. Nice little play design there. Just delayed a little second, got him a little bit of time, but as you said, nice flow to the ball, got him out of bounds. 4th down and 5 yards.
Punt at this point. It's deep in your own end. You want to play for field position. You want to give your defense a bit of a chance. So let's see what they dialed up here. A little bit of a weird snap. High kick. That's it. Nope, goes out of bounds. So the refs get to decide where it goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked at that spot. So unlike a kickoff, a punt can go out of bounds, and it's just marked where it went out of bounds, out of the field of play at.
Just one of those showing the short punt there. Basically, the quarterback or the punter is in short formation. He might only be 6, 7, 8 yard line yards back from the center, rather than a traditional 14, 15 yards. That just shows that the team doesn't have a super long snapper to get it all the way back there, and they'll just take it with that. The kick came off the side of the foot. Good starting field position for the Cyclones. 1st down and 10. on Rocky's 43-yard line.
Kyle Reynolds is into the secondary. He's trying to make a move, and he breaks free, and he gets caught just before he can score. May have an injury. Nope. He bounces up. Well done, Nightmare. You were almost there.
Nice little play there again. Just two in the backfield, lead block from the right side. Stretch it out till you see a hole. Put your foot in the ground, cut it back up the middle, and a very nice job there of breaking some tackles.
Yeah, Kyle's a very shifty runner, and he does a very good job of letting his block set up. In other words, he lets the slower people that are blocking and get those blocks set before he runs by them. So that's a very admirable skill there for running back. Again, they got a bit of misdirection. Looked like a little triple option there. Quarterback keep right up the middle. Really putting pressure on those interior linemen of the Wolverines. Are they going inside? Are they going outside? You have to play the man. So nice execution there by the Cyclones. The Wolverines defense is finding themselves a bit dug in here. Second down. Let's see what the Cyclones have. Rocky's defense really needs to make a play here. Try to keep this game close.
They get him offside. Free play.
A little bit of ugliness. I don't think that play is going to be used by anybody in the near future.
Side, number 90 on the defense. Half distance to goal. Second down.
All right, so because they're so far down the field that even though it's a 5-yard penalty, they won't mark off 5 yards. It'll just be half the distance to the goal. So not a penalty that hurts Rocky per se, but it does give the Cyclones a second chance, and they had a free play, so to speak, is what we call it, where they don't have to be worrying about turnovers or anything like that. Inside handoff, follows the guard.
Great job.
Right off tackle. That's just textbook running there. And Cyclones waiting for a bit of a delay. Here, let's see what they mark it. All right, so
The scrum pushes him over the line.
the conversion is successful, so a successful conversion gives them 2 more points, and Cyclones extend their lead out 16-6. But the other thing that's more important than that, John, as you know, as a coach, it goes from a 1-score game to a 2-score game, and that's something that's always a bit demoralizing, that momentum change we were talking about earlier. Now Rocky has to score twice.
Yeah, but we're still only in the second quarter. Jim, I was with you. I was like, did we even see a touchdown signal? We're waiting for it, and then we saw the 2-point conversion. Interesting with Cyclones on the 2-point conversion there is we saw a stack formation from the receivers. That's the first time we've seen it on the right-hand side, so that's either one of their special trick 2-point plays, or we may see that creep into normal offense later on.
Now the Rockies Wolverines, they're going to get a chance to respond, and I really think a little bit of pressure is starting to be felt by them. They really need to come out and at least have a good drive, get some first downs, give their defense a chance to rest a little, and come away with trying to stall some of this Cyclones momentum that seems to be building and building.
And we've seen they can do it. They did it on the opening drive. But now we're thinking have the Cyclones figure them out. So let's see what Rocky can do in this drive before halftime.
So there's the kick, a deep kick taken by the back, trying to set up the blocks. Blocks are setting up. Got a nice little wall there. Tries to reverse his direction across the field. Trying to turn the corner, tries to get outside, and good speed there. Excellent blocking there by Rocky. Just wasn't able to get around the corner.
It's one of those things, Coach, that makes me a little annoyed is the player was running away from where every single yellow jersey was. He was supposed to return it to the right. He said, I'm going to take it to the left. And there were more red jerseys than yellow jerseys on that side. So that's something that drives me a little crazy. But let's see how we go here. 1st and 10 for Rocky and see what they can do before halftime.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Hollywood. You tell your returners, you just got to pick a hole and you hit it. You're blocking a setup, you hit the hole. But too many of them like to run to daylight. And, when you're running east-west, when you're running across the field, and the field is 50 meters wide, when you're running across the field, you're not getting up the field and just allowing that defense to catch up. So let's see what Rocky's got planned here. Chelepy is setting up his receivers. Got a little bit of a trips there to the right, comes back to the left, hits his man, and nice extension there. Way to fight for those extra yards. That's the kind of thing we need. We need to see the Wolverines. They've got to make a play. Someone's got to step up and say, okay, we are going to take control of this game. And looks like Rocky's going a bit up-tempo, Coach.
Up-tempo. Uptown funk. We've got our diamond formation to the bottom of the screen, 3 receivers.
Ooh, unfortunately, bit of pressure off both edges, and Chelepy had nowhere to go with that. Receivers were covered, and he just had to eat that one, John.
That was one of those things where they've gone with a funky formation, but it looked like the play, we're going to hurry up again. That play just took too long to develop, especially with those 3 receivers. They're going with the diamond or the triangle formation again to the right of the screen. That running back split out quite wide. He's given the signal. That's a backward pass. See the referee signaling to the left.
Yeah, the Wolverines dodged a little bit of a bullet. It's going to be marked where the ball went out of bounds, so that's not an incomplete pass. So if the ball travels forward and hits the ground, then we call that an incomplete pass, and it just goes back to the original line of scrimmage where the ball is marked. If you look across the field, you see where the numbers are, where they just flipped it to 4. That's the mark of the ball. Then
timeout, Rocky.
Timeout, Rocky. This is a good time to take one. They're a little bit disjointed there, so let's see what they're going to do.
I think the quarterback was just a bit of a Tom Brady that he didn't realize it was 4th down, because I had 2 Rocky players point at the down marker. I think they may have thought it was 3rd down rather than 4th down. Referee's going to have a little bit of a conversation here, but yeah, the Rocky tried to go up tempo with a couple of plays that took too long to develop, and that lateral pass where the referee was signaling with his left arm, that was a backward pass. Anybody could have got that, but you're right there, Jim. It goes out of bounds. That's where the ball's spotted. Looks like they're staying with 4th down. Nice high kick. That's a great kick. Second flag. Jimmy Thompson on the original return. One of our all-star players. A little bit of extracurricular activity, UFC style.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see, but at the same time, you got to understand it a little bit, don't you, Coach? That your players are full of passion and they get a little bit of frustration, and things. It's a high, bang bang out there and collisions, and sometimes people just lose a little bit of their edge.
I think sometimes too, it's people getting annoyed, but they may have been blocked in the back, and then they'll retaliate. And often, the referee. We always say that referee sees the second person or the first retaliation. They never see the initial hit. So it's just one of those things about staying cool. You can see the coaches on the sideline of the Cyclones just trying to keep the players back. 2 flags on the field. Referees having a chat.
There are multiple fouls on the play. After the play was over, we have a flagrant personal foul against number 7 of Rockhampton for pulling the helmet of a that play is automatically reviewed. Subsequently, we have a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against number 19 of Townsville. That is number 19's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul towards disqualification. The play is under review.
Okay, Jim, here we go. We're going to let the referees do their thing in the booth. But we have a disqualification, i.e. ejection, from one side. And we have an unsportsmanlike conduct under review against the Cyclones. We'll wait to see what happens here.
And that's something you have to be happy about, John. You said you've been watching this game and playing this game for a long time. But I've really seen, I'd say certainly over the last 5 years or so, really a big push for player safety. No tolerance for this stuff, you know. And they're going to just be right on top of that. And that's what we want to see from our refs. We want them to ref a good game, but also make sure none of those players get hurt out there from that. So the days of, you know, the old blood and guts and everything, I think are long gone.
Just seeing the referee, Mark Louis, there, just getting the calls. They've got to work out some down and distance as well. He's got to go over and have a chat to the head coach of Rocky. So just a couple of things need to be done.
After review by instant replay has determined that the actions by number 7 of Rockhampton were part of the continuing action of the play and not flagrant. The disqualification does not count.
So the refs are still sorting this out. They're talking to representatives from both teams. And they're ready to put the ball back into play. So, after all that, first down Cyclones. Let's see what they're going to come out with here. This is a chance for the Cyclones to really put some pressure on the Wolverines. It's a chance for the Wolverines to step up and really try to keep this game in check. Quick throw to the outside. Nice blocking out there. We're allowed to block downfield when the throws at the line of scrimmage or behind. And just a quick little, the defense gives me this. I'm going to take that.
Lovely little quick receiver screen there. The Jim, clarification there, they had a look at it and there was no ejection on that play. There was just a continuation motion, so that player can stay in the game.
Cyclones come and break the huddle. They look over the field. And we got a false start.
It's one of those things, Jim, for me is one of the things I learned early on is I had a call called Dominoes. And Dominoes used to have a saying, I've got the hots for what's in the box. And what I mean by that is you've got 5 offensive linemen, 1 quarterback, and 2 running backs in that box. You have a look at what the Rockies got. They've got 4 down linemen and 1 linebacker. So that only equals 5. They've only got 4 down. Those 2 linebackers back there, they're too far out. Now this guy coming down, that's okay. So they're simply just counting the box and being outnumbered.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That's what we try to teach our quarterbacks too. So for those of you home and not sure what we mean by the box. So we go back to our line of scrimmage there, and then we go from end of the offensive line to the other end of the offensive line, from tackle to tackle, so to speak, and about 5 yards on either side. We call that the box, and we're looking for players that are in there. So on the defensive side, we got the 4 linemen. If we got 3 linebackers in there, we call it 7 in the box, and then if there's 6 in the box or 5 in the box. So there's what we call a run box and a pass box. So that's part of the strategy with the Gridiron. That quick snap, takes a run outside, gets a stiff arm, another stiff arm, twist around to the outside, but unable to make any real headway there.
Brings up 3rd down, but yeah, you can see that Cyclones going quick here. They're going quick.
The how the Wolverines respond. Snap, looks for the throw. A little bit high there. A little bit high. They weren't on the same page. Not sure if he expected his receiver to go downfield more. Receiver was expecting more of a slant inside.
You can see the signals there, Coach, being told to stay on the field for 4th down.
So here's one of those momentum changers. So to see if the Rocky defense can hold here. Now to give their offense a little bit of momentum. They need a little bit of a push here. They need something to get them going. Cyclones break the huddle. And they stack the receivers there on the left side. Motion, that orbit motion.
There's no middle. There's one middle linebacker.
Oh, that was almost a triple wishbone. I'm going to call it a triple wishbone. Inside handoff. And let's see where they spot the ball. Excellent blocking there at the point of attack. Just go, go, go.
Call it old school wishbone. That's fine. 3 in the backfield. Triangle formation. That's a wishbone. It's Oklahoma and Syracuse football.
Victories that way.
1st down and 10. They can get another 1st down. And for goal, just mixing it up with the formations there, Jim. They stacked before. They're still going to stay with split. Linebacker blitz around the outside edge. Good job by Rocky there.
Yeah, so that time Rocky was expecting that inside handoff. They were able to get to those gaps that we were talking about earlier. Getting low, blocking them up, and keeping that run there from making any real yards. But you got to keep doing that. You got to keep testing that middle, keep making those linebackers come up, and then hopefully play action will be coming up. And that's where they fake the run, and you get those linebackers caught between no man's land.
In a good spot here for the Cyclones. We're under 2 minutes. They've taken a timeout. 2nd and 11, and they're inside the 13, 14. So they're in a really good spot here to just try and get that clock down to 0, but also get in the end zone. So you can pretty much call a few things here because you get timeouts and you've got a short field.
Yeah, so this is what we call 4 down territory. Get set. This time they push the twins out to the right. Still have the 2 backs. Jeeves takes a snap. Looks like a little bit of a quarterback rollout. Finds this man. Just can't connect on that. That picks up 3rd down. So now that's 3rd down. A little bit of pressure here on the offense. The defense has to make 2 more plays. 2 more plays, and then their offense can come on the field. Cyclones in the huddle trying to figure out what they want to do. They still got plenty of options here, but they do need to execute. They got 2 plays. This is what we call 4 down territory. So rather than having to punt or kick on 4th down, they can boot 2 plays. Takes a snap, inside handoff, follows his blocking, and makes a few yards right up the middle of the Rocky defense, right at the heart. So let's see what Cyclones are going to do. Not many field goals are kicked in the North Queensland competition.
Is that right?
Downsville.
Timeout Cyclones.
This is their last timeout of the half. There's 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the half. 1-1-0.
they got the entire Cyclones offense on the field. So they're just going to go for it.
16-6, spot down.
Trust their defense if they don't make it, but they
Yep.
They got twins split out right. Got Jeeves on the inside, on the closed side.
That top of the field's wide open with that safety in the middle of the formation. Let's see if that backer drops. He does.
And trying to one-on-one, just wasn't there. That was well covered there by Rocky. They were able to rotate their linebackers back into coverage. The safety rotated over to cover the single receiver. Just nowhere really for that ball to go. And so they got a turnover on downs. Let's see if Wolverine's got to come out with a big play here. They don't have much time, John. What would you do here? Would you try to be conservative, or would you try to push it down the field and see what you can do?
I just want to first up say number 11 for the Cyclones, Aaron Davies. Don't worry, I saw you. You were open. We should have got the ball to you. And they would have had a good field position there. For the Rocky, look, we haven't seen them do much in this last little bit, so let's just get it done. Get into halftime, have a chat, and see how we go. Cyclones, I believe, don't have any of the timeouts left, so they can't stop the clock. I think Rocky only needs to run 2 plays, and it's halftime.
Yeah, and it looks like the Cyclones are staying in their pretty much their base defense, that 3-4 they've been playing all game. They got the single safety. Quick throw over the middle. Little bouncing around pinball action there, but at the end of the day, just not complete.
Again, a little risky over the middle. It was there for the quick one, but you see how it was bouncing off number 7's hands. That Cyclone safety was right there. That's the last thing you want, is that safety picking it off and taking it to the house.
Yeah, that's the danger when you're down deep in your own end there. A mistake can really be critical or costly here. But kudos to the Wolverines. They're not giving up. They definitely seem like they're trying to score here, John. They look like they're going to try to see what they can get out of this. Snap, looking for his receiver. Deep throw, gets
there.
behind the. Let's see
Number
if he gets where
13.
it goes. And pushed out of bounds. So there you go, John. A little bit of a long developing play that you had to get the offensive line their time to. The offensive line did a good job of giving their quarterback time to throw on that one.
And also the receiver just snuck behind the DB. That DB should always be deeper than the deepest man. He wasn't on that time. And I think by the score, I think Rocky's got 1 timeout left, so they're in a good bit of position here.
3 seconds, 43 seconds, the clock will...
Yeah, so what that does for Rocky is with the 1 timeout, they can work anywhere in the field. If they had no timeouts, they'd have to work the sideline or score. So, but now they can throw the ball anywhere. They can even run if they want to.
They can do a Dak Prescott right up the middle.
Yeah, so there you go. Let's bring that up. I've seen a lot of people.
Empty set, coach. Empty set, 5 wide.
Yeah, let's see. They're trying to spread them a bit here. They still only have the 2 safeties. They're not really in a prevent look. Double clutch, throws downfield, finds his man. Oh, looks like a
Ripped
fumble
off.
or an interception there. And let's see if they're what they get on the return. And that'll probably do it for the half. So I didn't see that, Coach Hollywood. Was that a rip out or a
Yeah,
fumble?
pretty much. There was a jump ball, and I think the DB wanted it more.
Yeah.
The receiver had a chance to come down with it, but the DB ripped it out of his hands while he was still standing up.
And we can do that in this game of ice rugby. It doesn't matter if there's 2 or 3 in the tackle. If we can get that ball out, it's ours. So let's see what the Cyclones are going to do. Let's see if they're going to just kneel out in the half, or if they're going to try to see if they can push the ball down the field and see if they can make something happen. So a bit of a momentum change there. The Wolverines were driving, and then we had that turnover. Now let's see what the Cyclones are going to do. The Wolverines are in their base defense, not really taking a prevent look. A little bit deep drop on the cornerbacks. Oh.
Just off the hands of number 11, big number 11 across the middle.
So it looks like the Cyclones are not happy with the amount of points they have. They're trying to get a few more before halftime.
5 seconds, 25.
And it's a bit of a dangerous play there. The Cyclones in the middle of the field. They want to really work those edges and work downfield. Maybe they were hoping to have a missed tackle or something.
Going trips again.
Trips roll out to the trip side. Not really sure. I don't know if 23 and
No, Coach, I'll tell you that was just bad technique. Very, very bad technique.
I was trying to come up with something positive out of that. I wasn't sure what was happening there. A little bit of miscommunication between Jordan and Chris or Corey, but yeah, I'm not. I'll have to go back and look at that one a couple of times to try to figure out what was supposed to happen.
The old left-handed quarterback, and then the right leg swept across the front, just all like twisted up like a rubber band. You're not going to get any good throw, any good momentum off that type of thing. We're almost, I'd say we're very, very close to half-time. We've probably only got 10 seconds to go. So we'll get another play in. 3rd down and 10.
And Rocky's still, play. Penalty here.
Delay of game. Number 6 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still the 3rd down. Yeah, they go.
All right, so delay of game. The Cyclones offense wasn't able to get the play started in the allotted time, get a 5-yard penalty. Doesn't really hurt them that much because they still have to go a long way to get down to a score. That's I think we're going to get close to seeing just how far Corey G's can throw one, Coach.
It's going to have to be far with the wind behind. No, he's got quarterback draw.
Gets an outside block. And unfortunately, we got a penalty right at the
2 flags coming in.
Yeah, that was a good throw there by that
The back judge.
I like that one. That's a bit.
You see Rocky guys there pleading the case. There was a whistle. There was a little bit more argy-bargy, and it was probably the take to the ground that decided to make the referee throw the flag.
And as I understand the rules, Coach, if it's a defensive penalty, then the offense gets another play. If it's an offensive penalty, maybe the end of the half.
Game can't end on a defensive penalty.
Play was over. Personal foul for a late hit inbounds on number 15 of the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic 1st down. There's 15 seconds
It's a big
left.
15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. A little bit after the whistle. Moves him down just before halfway there, about the 44 of the Cyclones.
And so some penalties, Coach, are aggressive penalties, and I don't mind them as I'm coaching. We need to find where the boundaries are, where is holding and where is pass interference. But some penalties are just not in your head, and that there was one of those, I feel. That's a really unfortunate. Let's see if the Cyclones can make them pay for that
Trips
mistake.
to the right this time. Have we got the right-handed quarterback or left-handed quarterback? Squares his shoulders.
Brownfield's got a man open, just couldn't connect.
I like that little wrinkle they've got there, Coach. Basically,
8
it
seconds
looks like the
left.
quarterback's going to run because he takes a couple of steps forward and then almost drops back a couple of steps and then throws the ball. So the linebackers might come up thinking it's going to be a quarterback run, and then he just lets it rip downfield.
Yeah, and that's one of the strengths of Corey. He's an excellent runner downfield. You see these quarterbacks and they just run out of bounds. Corey's going to look for someone to murder as he goes outside, and the more people he can hit, I think the better he feels. Let's see what they got dialed up here. We got to be something big. Again, trips to the top. Quick out and gets out of bounds. And so that's what you have to do, and how much time. You have to work that outside, get out of bounds quick. Rocky's happy to let them have that. Just takes more
5
time off
seconds
the
left
top,
in half.
off the
Clock
clock.
will start on the
Just as
snap.
long as
5
no one gets past their deepest man. So it's very lonely out there, Jacob. No one can get past you.
This has been quite a long last minute of the first half. Look at the Rocky playing a big prevent defense.
Yeah, they drop back. There's a throw down the field. And it's out of bounds.
You can see the referee looking at the umpire there. Time expired, and that is half time. There you go, Coach.
All right, so halftime. So both teams get a break and try to adjust their strategy for second half. So the score is So that so the Cyclones are going into the locker room. They're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves. 16-6, they are ahead. But the Wolverines are not out of this game. You know, they were able to get a touchdown on their first drive. They just need to tighten up a little bit. I think they just had a little bit of execution errors there where they just missed out on some plays. So they're not out of this game at all. It's a great game. But this is an opportunity for those in the stands to go visit the bar, go visit the food vendors, and make sure that you support the local club, support Mackay Gridiron, so that we can keep having these events here. So we got a few minutes here to wait. Does anybody have questions on the live stream? Maybe we can work through some of those.
Hi, Karen. Okay, we are underway in the second half of Reef Bowl 8 here in downtown Mackay, regional Queensland, Australia. Welcome back to the live stream, and welcome back to our crowd here who had a great half time of pizzas, fish, chips, drinks, etc. Great crowd here, still on hand. First down and 10 for the Cyclones, and joining me in the booth now is legendary coach Josh G from ACT. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you, Coach Hollywood. Legendary is very generous, as Kyle Reynolds ripped off another big run.
Nice job. Now, but Cyclones finishing up where they ended in the first half there, just a simple 2 receivers to the one side, split back, just nice easy zone reads, go on this rocky defense. Coach, you had a great game coaching today for the Pirates, the Gladstone Pirates, and we're giving you a lot of praise there, Johnny Manning and myself, and you just stepped in at the last second.
Yeah, I flew up from Canberra earlier today, and when we arrived, the Pirates were coachless due to unfortunate circumstances, and happy to step in. Those fellas, a great group of guys, and played a fantastic game today. A couple of plays either way, and it might have been a different result against the Mavericks.
I think it's a great exhibition of just your coaching level. They might just walk in and go, "Oh, you guys need a coach?" Probably 2 hours before a game. That's great stuff. Well done, mate. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. The job is easy when you got guys like that who are willing to accept coaching and play every down as hard as they did. So really, really proud of how they played today.
Okay, a bit of a chat there with the referees for the Cyclones. First down at 10. Mark Louie and the crew doing a great job today.
Really great to see Mark Louie back too. It's been a while since I've seen him in person.
Him and his hair.
Yes, voluptuous. But wonderful to see a full officiating crew.
And
certainly
replays.
Noticeable. Replays, the technology here is fantastic.
Nice easy give to the left there. He's going to bounce to the side. Great block by number 7. There's a flag on the back of the play. Both teams having a little something to say with the sideline ref, but there is a flag back in the middle of the field.
Certainly has been a little bit chippy at times.
I'll agree with you there, Joshy. Cyclones coming out and just doing the same with Mark Louie. I'm not sure what that was. It was a sort of a dance move. No clear signal yet. All right, that was obviously a personal foul of some sort. They just moved the ball 15 yards. Here goes Mark Louie, I think.
Personal foul, face mask, number 69 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Personal foul, face mask against Rocky. Just to let those people know at home, we actually can't hear anything that the referees say. We don't have monitors. We don't have speakers in here. We're just lip reading from 60 yards away.
And to be fair, the temptation's still there to yell at them. Looked like maybe an offside penalty coming up.
Clearly, as you know, that the offside penalty can be a free play, but if the defensive line or linebackers are through too much and the safety is in question of the quarterback or a player, they will blow the whistle dead. You can see a couple of the Cyclones players wanting the play to go on, but it was a little bit too close to the quarterback for the referee's liking.
Prior to the snap, a defensive player moved offside and made contact with an offensive player. 5-yard penalty, it remains the first down.
So with those offside penalties can be blown dead by the referees, either if the defensive player goes straight through the line towards the quarterback, which would be unabated to the quarterback, or if contact is made with an offensive player, can stop the play dead, as Thomas Jeeves takes an option handoff for a first down maybe.
Nice, as I said before, that's what we used to Sun Devils, is inside left, speed right. So inside zone, Reade to the left. The quarterback either gives it if he likes it, otherwise he's going to keep it. And they run a speed option to the right.
And Rockhampton need to find a way to answer the running game of the Cyclones at the moment, because it's consistent yardage, and now with a few wrinkles being added in with the triple option that we're seeing.
I'll tell you what, I wish my mate Kenny Andreas was here. He'd have a couple of butter menthols. Great catch by number 11 to the outside. Met well.
Great movement by the Cyclones. An extra 4 or 5 yards gained just from players joining into the pile. And yes, I've certainly missed Kenny Andreas' voice. Missed him commentating the live streaming Brisbane.
Yeah, because he usually brings about 4 packets of butter menthols. I think it's now about time after my second game. I need another one here. Actually, I do have butterscotch. Thank you very much, Josh. I just reminded myself. That was interesting play from number 11. I thought he was closer to the sideline, almost out, but realised he was only about the numbers, and it was a good little scrum pack. Hey, a different formation here, Josh. We've got I formation and stack receivers to the right.
And that looks like a touchdown for the Cyclones.
I've got one referee with a hand up and one referee with another 2 hands up. So we're either calling it short or a touchdown.
Maybe inches short. Kyle Reynolds furiously demanding the challenge flag to be thrown.
I wouldn't waste it. Just rock it in here.
Yeah, and it looked like they ran some sort of ISO play. The fullback kicking out the end. That challenge flag's dangerous as well. That's a lot of responsibility to have.
Back to the I formation again. Just going to give it to the running back. He'll get over.
There we go.
Touchdown, Townsville Cyclones. First drive of the second half. Helped by a couple of yellow flags there, Josh.
Yeah, look, when you've got the rub of the zebras, you take it. Certainly, I know I've been on the opposite side of that a few times. It can be frustrating. But now score looks like it's 22-6 to the Cyclones.
The rub of the zebras, I like that.
Sounds like it should be in a David Attenborough documentary.
Here we go for the 2-point conversion. Bootleg out, he's got some pressure.
I think that's a big false start there. Looked like the snap was a little late.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 12 of the offense.
And how refreshing is it to
5-yard
see
penalty.
a left-handed
The try for
quarterback?
points will be replayed.
A bit of a unicorn in footballing nowadays.
Steve Young, Lauren Evans from down Queensland, Stingrays.
Yeah, I had the distinct pleasure of coaching Lauren for a long time at the Stingrays, Queensland, and even went to Women's Outback with her. Fantastic left-handed quarterback, but you don't see a lot of them, especially NFL level, anymore.
I think they're beaten with a ruler, so they can change over to the right side. We're going to go for a kick here. So we had 2-point conversions before. Now we're going to go for the 1-point PAT. And we're going with a fake. No one's out to the right. There we go. Late one. Why not open it up?
Tell you what, we got one left-handed Jeeves, one right-handed Jeeves, and they're both throwing strikes.
That's awesome. Great stuff. It didn't look like there was anybody open on the replay. Then all of a sudden just someone popped out to the right side. Well, everybody was open on the left, but then there was no one on the right. And it was a great little spiral, great throw. And the receiver just went over for the touchdown, for the PAT, sorry.
I honestly can't even tell from the replay whether this was designed or not.
That's a good point, Coach.
The left side looked like they released immediately and the right side stayed.
I think that's the way it was drawn up.
You claim credit for it.
Yeah, with the 2, it's 24 points to 6 in favour of the Cyclones at the start. First drive there of the third quarter.
Vitally important drive coming up for Rockhampton, and they've looked dangerous on their returns as well. Andrew Kaepernick, Kale Oxenham back to return.
He's going to bring it up the middle. He's looking out for another side here, number side 7. Got a little seam there, but met with a sea of red.
You look at the pursuit there from the Townsville Cyclones. They had 10 players within 10 yards of the ball when the tackle was made. It's a textbook.
I'm a big fan, Coach Josh, of specific roles for kick-off return, as in somebody's got to block a certain person. When it's not just going to, like the old days, you'd run back 10 yards or hold hands and then just lay people out. I really like it when people have individual assignments to take, and that's accountability, because then if someone gets slip through, then you know who you need to fix.
And absolutely, and then that's it's both a coaching thing and a player responsibility, and they go hand in hand. I certainly don't miss the days of running into the other wall.
The other day when you could have 5 players holding hands and just trucking people. Rocky coming out with 3 receivers to the right. Run up the middle, trying to get some yards behind the big O line.
And even though it's only 2 yards on first down, it's important yardage when you're trying to start a prolonged drive, which Rockhampton are going to have to go nearly 80 yards to score here.
Running back Luke Davey on the carry there, brings up second down and about 8 yards. And you're right there, Josh, too. Not only do they want to get a long, sustained drive, they also don't want to give the ball back to Cyclones in any hurry.
Sometimes a long drive that, even if it yields no points, can be important in disrupting another team's offense. And we've seen Townsville on a roll.
QB's back to pass. He's got 17. It's a big jump ball. It is picked by number 22, I think it is. Running it back to the left. He's got some blocks now. It's under the yellows. Braden Mitchell on the INT jump ball. Rocky still trying to go down that left side, Josh. I've seen him. That's where the majority of their long balls have been trying to go, and we've had not so much success on that side. We've either had some tipped or we've had an INT, so they're going to either have to get some further distance on those throws or do something different.
So it's a very tough pass that Robbie Chelepy was trying to throw there. Looked to be a corner route into a high-low coverage there.
And if you have a look, Josh, have a look at that flag across the road there. He's throwing into a very stiff breeze.
Very strong breeze. And these conditions today, it's been breezy the entire day. We had a perfect view on that pass getting physically moved.
Absolutely, we were in an absolutely great spot for that. Is that on the slant pass, you could physically see the ball. That when the quarterback released the ball, it was on target for the receiver. By the time it got there, it was a yard or two in front. That wind is definitely blowing at the back of the Cyclones on your screen from right to left.
We've got to give big props to everyone filming as well, because the replay showed that perfectly. Nice to show that we're right sometimes.
Sometimes. Number 11 in motion to come across here. Oh, a little bit of a mix-up there. Fumble. Ball is down, recovered by the Cyclones. That play looked a little doomed from the start with the non-confident motion, then the angle of running in front of the fullback. Quarterback snapped the ball, turned, and there's a guy I don't want to give the ball to.
Yeah, so Aaron Davies was running that motion. It looked a little stunted, and unsure whether that was meant to be a give or a fake and to follow the dive, but the ball popped out. Cyclones lucky to retain possession.
3rd and 15 here for the Cyclones. Safety back there, going to keep it on the ground. Nice run up the middle here. Cutting left and right, waiting for the safety. He's going to be a couple of yards short, but a great run, and this puts the Cyclones in a great position to go for it again.
Must be real nice as a coach just having someone you can go to on 3rd and 15 and just hand it off up the middle for 13.
Army?
Yeah, 100%. And now really no choice here on 4th and short. Townsville going to go for it. Split back formation.
get the easy yards, bounce it out the side.
This is going to be close.
I'm looking at that referee on the far side. He's walking down that white line. Looks like he's a little short.
This might need a measurement because the near side judge looks like he's a hair in from the solid line.
Come on, let's have our first measurement of the day, Coach Josh. We've got Jim Cobb on the chains on the other side now, so we could have a measurement.
It would give me time to go for a drink. I can't say that, can I? Yes, hydrate.
And that's a changeover. Looks like they're short.
There we go. There we go. There's a red challenge flag out, it looks.
On the field is that the play was short of the first down. The Cyclones are challenging the spot on the field.
It looks like the red challenge flag was thrown there by Townsville. It's going to be really interesting to see what camera angles we have that are going to show whether the first down yardage was made or not. It was Kyle Reynolds on that fourth down run.
It's been interesting watching Rocky's defense. We've seen the 4 down linemen, but those linebackers are staying way away from the line of scrimmage. I think they may need to come up to stop this run. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night.
Also fantastic to see over 100 people in the live chat watching the stream.
After review, the ruling on the field of
If there's
short
anyone
of the
watching
first
from
down
the
is
Centurions in
confirmed.
Canberra, I'll see it training on Monday.
Cyclones are charged with a timeout and have lost
It
their right
is
to challenge for the
a
rest of the
changeover.
game.
They were short, so it is
First down.
first down Rocky.
And
First down and
importantly,
10.
That challenge is now gone. So Townsville now no longer have any challenges for the rest of the game.
Good point, Coach. Good point.
And we have seen, I'm not sure how well it's been explained previously, there are some certain things like a scoring play or a change of possession where it may be automatically reviewed.
By the officials.
Of course. Or by me screaming.
That's a big one. Twins to the left. Twins to the right, but a short wing back. Just a nice little give. Flags fly.
Yeah, I think that's going to be holding there. Looked like Lolovai Taloa there was held. Very good defensive end.
Just a little slow getting up.
And unfortunately, maybe one of those cases where the running back can cause the holding penalty by taking the ball inside and then outside with their shiftiness and quickness, can put the offensive lineman in a bad spot.
Running back Luke Davey, the majority of the work tonight for Rocky. Just a little slow getting up on the last play. Flag there, you can see, I think 27, Jimmy Thompson looking to the sideline. What do you want to do? Decline it?
Illegal formation. There were 5 players in the Rockhampton backfield.
I wanted to say
That
hi to
penalty's
Jimmy's
declined.
dad, who's very colourfully
Second down.
dressed. Yeah, Jimmy Thompson's dad in the crowd, very colourfully dressed, wearing the Cyclones colours. Good to see you.
Is that the Mad Hatter man?
Yes. Looking dapper.
Second and about 11 here, almost midway through the third quarter. Receiver split out with a little wing back for Rockhampton. Looking back to pass, crossing, got a crossing concept. 82 wasn't ready for it, but he was the guy all the way that should have got it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looked like one of those situations where probably a tight end they're waiting to clear out. Looked like Bradley Wooler probably waiting to clear the other side of the offensive line before the pass was thrown, but Robbie Chelepy under pressure made the correct read, just couldn't connect. coming up to a very important 3rd and long for Rockhampton.
Good to show with the Rocky that they've got the concepts going. So we've been seeing them try to take some shots downfield, but they've got the crossing concepts going at the moment. Let's see what they can do here on 3rd down. Back to pass. Picked off. Number 19. Got 2 to beat. He's got 1 blocker in front of him.
Young Bowden. What a play. Read it the whole way. It looked like a 4 vertical concept. Running down the seam, the ball was thrown, and Bowden stepped in front of it. Little underthrown.
Stepped to it very, very nicely. Really read that play and jumped in front of it. I think the Rockies were looking for the seam concepts again, but just shut that down very quick. Boogie gives a wave to the crowd. He's going to get some oxygen now.
And now probably the most vital drive of the game. If Townsville can put points on now, then it may be that they have a hand on the trophy.
Swing out to the right. There's your pass to 11 again. He was open on that before. He's driving to the end. Oh, what a great strip. He's going to go, is he? We've got 2 people splitting there. Great sprint work. He's going to cut it back to the inside. Good moves. He's beaten. Oh, almost beat my tackle. That was a great job. We've got 2 players back on the goal line. There are no flags. Number 11 almost caught it for a touchdown. It was ripped away and brought all the way back to the 25-yard line by Rockhampton.
Is that 23?
Call it, coach. Who's 23?
Jamie Simpson.
We do have a Rocky player down in the back there. It might need some oxygen.
I think I do after that. You might. Your lungs
I think
nearly burst.
so. We're seeing a lot of great things in this game. We've got some intercepts, some strips, some good catches, some good runs. That's what I love about football here, coaches, is it's not over till it's over. Until you hear that whistle, you know, you want to keep fighting for that ball. That was only, looked like it was only a yard or 2 short.
Unbelievable play all round.
This is one of those interesting things you'll mention before, coach, is would they be looking to see if it was a touchdown? Because you said there's no challenge.
Yeah. Potentially on a turnover.
The ruling on the field is that there was an interception in the field of play. This play is under further review.
Yeah, there we go. Looks like we have a review from the officials on the turnover.
So the officials are now looking at the replay.
And if this stands, could be a massive momentum shift. I know there's been a lot of turnovers in this game, but the return on this puts Rockhampton within striking distance.
After further review, the call on the field of an interception returned is confirmed by instant replay. The ball was ripped out of the Cyclones player 1 yard before the end zone.
First down, Rockhampton. The crowd loves it.
Really got a rise out of the crowd there. A fantastic play. Could be a big swing in momentum in this game. We'll see what Rockhampton can do with it.
I think the local fans now getting behind the underdogs here in Rocky. First down and 10. Good run there, one of their better runs for the evening.
Really fantastic effort into contact there. Dipping the shoulder, getting those extra couple of yards, which turns a 4-yard run into 6 or 7.
Luke Davey again, the ball carrier. You see his helmet come off, so he has to come off for one play. He's yelling at the other substitute running back, get in there, you need to fill in for me.
And with the amount Davies carried the ball, I would assume the other running back there would be a bit more keen to be in.
It's Cameron Porter, I think it is. My apologies, 26, not 25. Second down and about 3 long. Nice little delay. It's tipped there.
And I tell you what, this surface, when I was out there before, Mackay's had a lot of rain earlier on in the week. It is still wet underfoot, and it looked as though one of the Townsville players slipped over looking to get that deflection off the tip pass.
You'd think with the wind and the humidity to dry that field out, but definitely not. We got third and about long 3.5, 4. Wing back to the left. Let's see if Rocky can get a first down. Nice easy pass over the middle to number 7 again. Flags fly in the backfield around the quarterback. Kale Oxenham on the catch again. Josh, what'd you see?
Look, I saw Raymond Wheeler-Skinner pointing in the direction of possibly roughing the passer. Either that or he's doing his best job to deflect a possible holding call. But certainly a lot of these pass concepts.
Roughing the passer, number 55 of the defense. Half distance penalty from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
First down to Rockhampton, coach, you were saying?
Yeah, a lot of these passing concepts certainly have open receivers there. I believe that was a double slant with the running back flaring out and hit Kale Oxenham in stride. A good gain, and the personal foul brings them within touching distance of the goal.
QB's going to keep it. He's off to the left. He's got one man to beat. Has he got the momentum to get in there? He's just short there. Referee putting the hand up. He must be about a yard short.
Unsure if that was an actual read or a designed quarterback keeper, but Robbie Chelepy looked good in space there and dragged down just a yard or so short, if inches maybe.
Second down and a yard. Let's see what Rocky do here. They're going to go empty set now. We've got a single back very deep in the backfield, Josh. That's a little bit too deep for my liking unless it's quarterback sneak.
Looks like it. There he goes, Chelepy. Getting 2 signals, he's in.
Nice job, good job. Just took a step back, waited for things to happen, then popped it in.
And Coach, you'd know from your time at quarterback, an extensive career there, the quarterback sneak, a very tough play to execute.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those things that looks like it's open, then something closes very, very quick. You've got to have patience, and it's hard to have patience when there are at least 5 people on either side of the ball within 3 yards of you that all know what you're going to do.
Rockhampton choosing to go for 2.
3 receivers to the right of your screen, 2 to the left. It's an empty backfield. Single coverage down here on the right. They decide to go the 7 was open, but the QB could not get the ball to him.
Yeah, slightly overthrew Kale Oxenham there. Again, the wind is really blowing here. Those passes, even though they're short, can get affected. But the difference, I believe, down to 10 now. Or 12, possibly.
Yeah, you're right about that wind there, Coach. That's why it looked good. It looked open, and it's just gone left. But we got a great drive. Quite a few penalties that helped Rocky there. So let's see what's going on here with the Townsville.
And again, the big difference there, Rockhampton got points out of their turnover. Townsville were unable to. And now it's down to 2 scores.
24-12. With about 2 minutes and a bit to go in the third. Rockhampton kicking off into the wind. Setting up his blocks to the inside. A great little shuffle step.
Nice return there by Jimmy Thompson.
Here's Jimmy T, number 27. Townsville offense back on the field. Just done a really nice job of driving the field with some good solid runs. Nothing too tricky. The only thing tricky we've seen so far is that PAT to 2-point conversion.
Interesting to see what changes Rockhampton make up front to try to stop or at least slow Kyle Reynolds.
Oh, a bit of a fumbled snap there. Reynolds bouncing to the outside. He's got an extra blocker out there. Bounces off that blocker. And I love the self-preservation because you know he's got to play a whole game. Just gets out of bounds. That's a smart move. First down.
And it really is, especially when you're running as efficiently as Kyle is. There's no need to take that extra shot that might deteriorate you towards the end of the game.
If Reynolds is getting those yards, that's a good job by the sides of the offensive line that are helping him.
Offensive line can be extremely proud with what they've achieved so far today.
That almost looked like a false start. It was a false start. That left side of the line with their angle blocks, wanting to get on those blocks very, very quickly. Just a little bit quick.
Prior to the snap, false start.
And this can be the
number
thing
56
is that
and then number 90. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That pre-snap process, there can be so many things that can go wrong, and to see an offense truly firing on all cylinders, I think that's why all fans of football are obsessed with that sort of stuff.
Nice give up to number 23. He's dragging players. He's dragging number 23 from Rockhampton. He's still busting through. Here comes the scrum now. It's a loose head type prop feed. Rumbling yards. First down. Looked like Rocky had him there, coach, but it just kept driving the legs, and that's what you want to see.
What an effort. Jordan Holman, 23 for Townsville. And again, you see effort from all Townsville players following the play and getting in there, packing that scrum and moving it forward a few yards. And who needs to worry about 2nd and 15?
Standard formation. Flag on the field. Number 11 there. Pass is ruled incomplete. You see Kyle, number 42, always has something to say.
Offside, number 55 lined up in the neutral zone on the defense. 5-yard penalty, remains the first down.
First down and about 4 yards for the Cyclones, coming up on the 15-yard line of Rocky. Stack formation to the bottom. Again, here comes the motion man. Whether we're going to go triple options. So there's a face mask right there. Big flags. We can even see that from 60 yards away. He's still going.
Yeah, that was so egregious that all players stopped. Very difficult thing for the defensive lineman. You burst through and you're trying to grab something, especially when you've got a guy like Kyle Reynolds who's running rampant.
It was an interesting one, though, Josh. Like, as you said, everyone just stopped, but there was no whistles. But I think the referees in the dueness of safety just blew the whistle dead. Blew the play dead.
And which is what you really want to see. The emphasis has to be on player safety. And I mean, this is now most likely going to be 2 penalties in a row against Rockhampton. The offsides on first down, and then now possibly a personal foul penalty coming up.
Referee's call.
There are multiple fouls on the play. Personal foul, face mask against number 69 of the defense. That is a half-distance penalty. Subsequent to that, the player had given up play and the play was blown dead. There's a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct for taunting against number 42 of Townsville. That is number 42's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game towards disqualification. That will be a 15-yard penalty, first down.
So there we go, personal foul face mask against Rocky and personal foul unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cyclones. So they take the original penalty of 15 yards and first down. They hypothetically march it forward 15 yards, then they march it back 15 yards, which still gives them the first down. Basically the ball doesn't move from there and it'll be first down and 10 for the Cyclones. Give it off to number 42 again. He's going to bounce to the outside. Had some yards back up the middle possibly. Shows it to cat to the outside. Great run. Swarming defense from Rocky.
Probably the
third quarter.
The best example this half from Rockhampton of meeting that lead blocker head on, slipping the block and then making the tackle, reducing the gain. So 5 yards on first down. You've got to say it's probably an improvement from what they've had previously. It's been sort of 8 to 10 yards most times Coles touch the ball.
And that is quarter time, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in the fourth quarter, the final quarter for Reef Bowl 8, with Rockhampton versus Townsville. The score currently 24-12 in favour of the Cyclones. One more quarter of football left for regional Queensland, who put on a doozy of game today. Mackay versus Gladstone. Great crowd, great weather. Coach Josh looking very tanned. He's going to go back to Canberra. They're going to be like, you've been on holiday.
In a suit bag and hang me from somewhere. I've lost that much weight.
Need to moisturise, coach.
You know, the wind is still affecting it, but lovely playing in the evening up here in Queensland.
All right, Cyclones sticking with their traditional 2 to the left. Swing out to that side. He's done a nice little hitch pass there to number 7. He's going to try and get the spin. He's outside of the spin there, cutting it back inside. He's still going. He's getting some blocks. It's a pinball machine. It's square. It's X. It's L1. And a nice job there from the receiver to get a first down. Rocky have got to do a much better job of this tackle.
Yeah, it was the Jeeves to Jeeves connection there.
Good catch of the high snap there. A cut back inside. That's a great run. That is a touchdown. 0 flags on the field. Cyclones in again. Start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and there you go again. Looked like Rockhampton sent an extra player in on the blitz. Cole Reynolds was able to slip the first tackle and dance his way into the end zone. He's certainly letting everyone know about it as well.
Showing really, really good balance there, coach. It's just very, very hard to bring down. So you could trip him unless you're actually physically tackling him. He's going to still sort of rumble and fumble like a pinball to get extra yards.
And I guess what we haven't quite seen today from Rockhampton is the ability to meet him at the line of scrimmage or even behind the line of scrimmage. I think is probably your best chance to stop him because we've had a demonstration all day of what he can do in open space.
And the PAT for the point after touchdown is good. Takes the score to 31-12. Fourth quarter.
So here we are, a 3-score game. Rockhampton desperately need points on this drive. And again, we said it earlier, their return game with some of the guys that they have back there, Kale Oxenham in particular, has looked dangerous today.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct for taunting against number 42 of the Townsville Cyclones. This is number 42's second unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game, and 42 is disqualified from the game. 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. The kickoff will be from the 15-yard line.
So the penalty there against Cyclones takes them back to the 15-yard line to kick off. Instead of from the 30, so it's a 15-yard penalty.
Geez, I hope Jimmy's warmed his leg up.
And kicking against the wind too, Coach.
Beautiful kick.
Returner back to get it now, number 13. He's looking to set up his blocks. Going to try and bat to the outside. Slides off his helmet.
I tell you what, the Townsville Cyclones kick coverage today has been fantastic. The speed and the agility that Kaepernick and Oxenham have returning, and it's really been negated by 11 people pursuing the football.
And that's what you want. First down and 10, Rockhampton inside the fourth quarter. 31 points to 12. Let's see if Rocky can get this drive on while the referees play fumble rooski.
They're sort of at the time now, with time left on the clock, where it's going to have to be more pass heavy from Rockhampton. So it'll be interesting to see what concepts they use here.
Little slip screen out to the running back. He's going to try and get. He's got nowhere to go.
Really well covered there. And interesting to note, that was a backwards pass. So
really?
Interesting to see if that is used to set something up in the future from Townsville. Rockhampton, apologies.
Oh, he's called the option pass early.
Where you've got to empty the playbook.
You watch it here. Let's keep an eye on Cyclones' defense. Have they changed anything up? Are they going to bring some more pressure? Good little step backwards there. Receiver, good coverage. Cyclones doing such a good job of flowing to the ball once it's gone to shut it down.
And that's the thing. Even though the receiver there broke a tackle or two, there's so many defenders pursuing the football. It makes it impossible to have those huge gains that Rockhampton are desperately in need of.
Third down and about 13 yards for Rockhampton. They've called their timeout. Rockhampton.
Timeout, Rockhampton. This is their first timeout of the half.
Incomplete pass there for Rockhampton. It was 3rd and about 13. The receiver looked like he had it in their hands, but it's just come out. It was really nice job, as we've seen all night, of Cyclones getting to that ball carrier.
It is, and they're keeping everything in front of them and then rallying to the ball. And now Rockhampton in desperation stations.
Fourth down. This is it for Rockhampton. Back. No one to protect him. Rolling to the right. Looking for somebody. He's got 7 on the crosser. He's going to be stopped short. That's been his go-to guy all night. Number 7, Kale Oxenham.
Yeah, Chelepy was flush from the pocket there. Rolled to his right. Found Oxenham, but not enough space. Was restricted by the sideline there, and that's going to be a change of possession.
It's almost like Coach Oxenham has been doing it good from sort of 10 and under. He needs help with a deep threat over the top that can sort of take the top off and get space for him underneath.
Before he's been trying those deeper passes when they've got the compressed formations, but had negative outcomes when he's thrown it through a pick earlier, and probably an over-dependence on Oxenham, who's been fantastic today for Rockhampton.
Cyclones taking over on downs now. 1st down and 10. Quarterback a little bit under pressure there, and again throwing against that wind. Number 11 was open, but that QB is going to have a look at throwing that ball a little bit more out in front.
And we're starting to see some of these concepts that are working for Townsville now. That out route from the slot receiver is open just due to the positioning of the linebackers for Rockhampton. Middle there, 4 yards. Brings up a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 situation. It'll be interesting if Rockhampton may be able to get the ball straight back. Very close to a first down.
They've been close again. They've been doing this all night.
There's Lucky Bagayawa there. A couple of nice runs from him, taking the place of Kyle Reynolds.
You can see sorry, Coach, you can see the signal there, just given like that 6-inch short.
And again, in today's football, this is a no-brainer for Townsville. Your 4th and inches, positive side of the field, and keeping possession is going to run another couple of minutes off the clock. You go for it.
Quarterback keep right up the middle. He's got to hold on to that ball. Look at that scrum pack. Look at him push.
It's been a feature today of Townsville. Every time the run has been held up, there have been Cyclones literally flying in to keep the pile moving forward.
I do love that, and if they've been coaching that, that's a great job. Just keep that momentum going. As long as that ball carrier is holding that ball tight, should be okay.
I mean, the other thing to note there...
New quarterback coming into the game. Bodenborn in the quarterback pitched it almost straight to the opposition, but he's done a great job, number 24 there.
Fantastic running style and Lucky there. So I also wanted to bring up the genius and simplicity there in the play calling for Townsville. They've made that outside sweep handoff so many times, and then on 4th down to call Jeeves to keep the ball up the middle off the same action. Had the Rockhampton defence at 6s and 7s.
Could it be done? Jeeves' nights be done now. They're putting in Bourne now for the rest of the game. 2nd down and about 4. Pass a little high there, throwing into that wind, but getting that distance on it. Number 44, is it, down for Rockhampton?
Yeah, Damien Kriel by the looks of it.
He did land a little awkwardly. And at this point of the night, he probably is spent. And he's not going to have a lot of energy to land correctly.
It was a really good job there. It was, I believe, Will O'Neill there out. That ball was a little underthrown. And Kriel had the opportunity there to go for the interception. And O'Neill came back through and caused an incompletion, which is a better outcome for the Cyclones.
We'll just take a break while the player gets treated for injury. And he's up, being escorted via the back of the end zone. That's great. He's up. Up. Good to see.
Yeah, hopefully nothing too serious there. Sometimes those contested possessions in Gridiron can land awkwardly when two players are up in the air.
As we saw there, Josh, a couple of players getting stretched out for cramps, a little bit of dehydration.
Look, it's definitely humid up here, and certainly when we kicked off, it was the full heat of the day, and it's been a long, hard game. It's been a really entertaining Reef Bowl, and still might have a few twists and turns left in it.
Here we go, third down and about 4 and a bit yards. Burn in as quarterback, I formation. Twins out to the right. That looked like a false start, but we're going to pitch it out to the right. 11's got awesome blocking there. And that is a good run. I thought I saw somebody go a little bit early on that right side for Cyclones, but no call. 11 with a great block on the edge. He's done that all day.
Absolutely fantastic, and that's a lot of the things that aren't seen by the regular viewer, but the receiver blocking can turn small games into huge games. And
Aaron Davies has done that well tonight.
Fantastic effort.
First and goal from about the 2-yard line. Give it to the halfback. Go for the scrummies. Oh, what a great tackle from Rockhampton.
That is fantastic.
Anybody get the number of that truck? I think it was the way he's looking, I think it might have been the number 23.
What a fantastic tackle. Running back stopped dead in his tracks and driven into the turf.
Timber met at the line of scrimmage. That's exactly what you don't want to have anybody back there waiting for something. You want to have people attack that line of scrimmage. Second down. Twins to the short side into the boundary. I formation. Rocky looked like they're trying to time a blitz. They're going to throw it to the corner. Jump ball.
Yeah, Jeeves.
Jeeves makes the catch, comes down with it, went and got it. Great stuff. That is a touchdown.
And it's just one of those unfortunate things. You've got a significant size advantage out there, and a nice faded throw from Bowden to put the ball in a position where only Tom Jeeves could go up for it.
It's really been amazing to watch Tom Jeeves as a receivers coach. I was his receivers coach for Mexico in 2018. He came with us, and it was a young receiver, but you can just see how the experience has done him well, especially with the attitude. But no, he's one of these players that you take a chance, go on tour, they learn so much and bring it back, and then they shine in their local league, which is great stuff.
And I mean, I've had a lot of conversations today about those sorts of opportunities that may be out there for players in the future. And until you take them and really give it your all, you never know what you're going to get out of them. And Tom G is really a success story there. So the score now, I believe, out to 38-12 to Townsville.
That's a great kick into the wind. That's going to go almost back to the goal line. Looking for some blockers. It's going to cut it back to the outside again. Turn the corner. Nice job. We've got some good yards.
Good return there. I believe Stephen Batty there almost turned the corner there, and that could have been interesting. Here's the time we said we need to find someone for Rockhampton who can stretch the field and give Robbie Chelepy that deep option that they might be able to get that big chunk play out of. It'll be interesting who they go to for that, or if they're going to continue to live throwing underneath to the likes of Oxenham.
And they've got the wind at their back, so they can take a shot. Cyclone staying in their base defense, just the four-man rush. He's got the wind, he's going to turn around and go back. We're almost the same. Oh.
And again, I dare say wind affected throw.
So it needs to get a little bit more loop on that ball there.
But definitely had the one-on-one matchup there, so that's what you want to look for when you're behind Jack Popple there in coverage. I believe he played down at the Bayside Ravens earlier in the year in southeast Queensland.
He did.
And certainly would have got a lot of very good experience and knowledge from that.
You can see zero respect here, zero safety for Townsville here. It's second down and 11. Great little crossing route there to number 22, is it? Get tripped up there. Nice. Sorry, 82, my apologies.
Bradley Wooler again. What an effort to get out of bounds as well. Rockhampton have to preserve every last little bit of clock if they want to try to find a way to scrape themselves back into this game.
Great crossing route.
Rockhampton, because Townsville was showing a blitz there, and it was really well picked up by the offensive line there that gave Chelepy enough time to step up into the pocket and deliver that crossing route.
You can see that Townsville have brought the one safety back again with the four-down line. Four linebackers. Little pop snap. They've got something moving here. It's just got to get the accuracy of that quarterback. There was that crosser was on again.
Yeah, it looked like almost the same play. Some vertical routes and then crossing routes from their tight ends. And at the moment, Townsville not recognising it.
It's just execution that are letting him down. The concept is working. Whether it's just cover one man underneath or they're dropping.
Some of the things that pressure, even if a defensive line doesn't necessarily get a hit on the quarterback, that pressure and being up in the quarterback's face can affect a throw.
You see the linebackers are backing off now in a zone. quarterback knew it was a bad throw. He's just smacked himself on the head, saying sorry.
Well,
It's just a little rush.
That's 3 plays in a row of tight ends crossing the field.
Love the concept.
It's a beautiful mesh type concept that they're running, and it's working. Just got to get the execution down pat.
3rd down and 10 from the Cyclones' 42-yard line. A sort of a flex bone look here. Crossing route again underneath 7. Crossed. He's going up the middle. Quarterback's run up the middle. He's got the.
Oh.
He's carrying that thing like a loaf of bread.
How's the step from Chelepy?
Big step. The big goose step. The Campese. Again, going the crosser. There, but they're good pressure by Cyclones. Rocky have got to do a little bit better job. Just they're only rushing 4.
I actually think he was almost sacked by his own running back there.
Yeah, running back's got to be okay. Back into our sort of
4th
flex
down.
bone. 4th down and about 3. He's going to pass. They've gone the crosser. They've picked it up well.
Oh, he had him short too. There's a flag.
This will be interesting. It'll either be on 13, who's run out of bounds and run back in again, or was he pushed out of bounds and then
Actually, a holding maybe.
good call.
Certainly a lot of gesticulating from the Rockhampton team. He had him early here, Chelepy. I think he wanted the big shot.
Pass interference on the defense. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
Pass interference on the defense. Automatic 1st down. Now, many people may not know NFL is a spot foul. In IFAF rules, which we play here in Australia, it is a 15-yard penalty.
And you can just see after that hitch from Chelepy, I believe it was Kaepernick there, ran back up the field and was interfered in his route.
Still in the flex bone. There's my crosser underneath 7. He's picked him up though. Good job by number 10 from the Cyclones. Tom Eve. He's got that crosser now. He's got him firmly in his sights.
To the point now where I think Rockhampton probably run that one too many times and maybe need to now look for a change up to that. Townsville had that double covered. And again, only 20 yards to a touchdown here, and there's still time left on the clock.
I think you're right there, Coach. They've run it a couple of times. They just need a little something. They've come out in a different formation now, going back to the little single wing to the left, twins to the right. Here comes the motion man. Cyclone still in one high. He's flying down the middle of the field. He's looking for 13. Quarterback number 5. A nice little route there by number 13. He was going up for a fade, then he's cut it back into the post, and then he's cut it to the corner. So he's done a post corner.
Yeah, and Andrew Kaepernick has a reputation here for taking jet sweeps as well. So putting him in motion and then sending him out on a pass is a good idea from the Rockhampton coaching staff.
Just that play a little bit too long to develop.
A very wide split receiver here on 3rd down.
Nowhere to go again. Quarterback. Oh, he's got some room here. Big don't argue, stiff arm. Nice job there by number 5, quarterback Robbie Chelepy.
Tell you what, if Robbie Chelepy wore a jersey one size bigger, it would do him more justice to the type of athlete he actually
Time
is.
out.
He's very deceptive.
This is the 2-minute
and
warning.
A real big
There's 2
don't
minutes
argue
left
as well.
in the game. 2-minute warning.
That is the 2-minute warning from referee Mark Louis. 2 minutes to go in the game. 38-12. Let's see if Rocky on 4th down and about 6. Get a fresh set of downs and get into the end zone. Crowd will go wild, I reckon, if Rocky can score here.
And again, that super split to the top of the screen as you're watching.
He's looking for 13, coming across the middle. 77's got him. He's let him go. He's afflicted that way. It's going to be short.
Oh.
And Massey Warranty, Vitti, I think it was. Defensive line, a lot of pressure there straight through.
Yeah, that immediate pressure.
But almost came away with that throw there. Almost.
1 minute and 50 seconds to go.
He's been under duress. The QB for the Rockhampton has been under duress all night. And it's just a majority been a 4-down rush.
Yeah, which is very impressive from the Cyclones, and they do have a lot of players on that defensive front who are very competent pass rushers, and we saw that there from Amosi. Instant pressure up the middle. Chelepy had to move off his point, can't deliver the strike, and Townsville now. This is really their coronation now within 2 minutes.
There's Jeeves back in at quarterback.
Full house.
Going to the option to the left. Looking to pitch. He's going to keep it himself.
Oh,
great run.
Salt in the wounds there from Jeeves. Corey Jeeves has played a fantastic game of quarterback. No mistakes. Has run
leadership
efficiently. Absolutely. Everything you could ask for.
I think also too I've been impressed with just the decision making, whether I'm going to hand it off to Kyle Reynolds, or am I going to keep it on a pitch, or do I give it to my other running back?
1 minute.
There's just been some good solid decisions.
The clock will start
even
on the
in
snap.
the past game, there's been a lot of decisive passes where he's read the defense.
Taking some good high snaps.
Yep. He's got plenty of him to take. Another good run from Lucky. As really, when you consider, Kyle Reynolds now out of the game, but to come straight back and not miss the production, the offensive line for the Townsville Cyclones today deserves
110
a massive
and running.
round of applause.
Absolutely. That's a good point you make, Coach. Good point. Jeeves in motion again. Back to the diamond. We're going to the option again. Pitch out to Jeeves again. Jeeves to Jeeves.
We've seen that connection a few times tonight. And near and dear to my heart is number 52 for the Cyclones. Their big, sexy Corey Gardner. He came down to the ACT to play for the Centurions, played many years for the Cyclones, and he's come back up. He really loves football. Glad to see him and his teammates there deservingly about to reclaim the Reef Bowl.
It's just a great thing when you can almost go anywhere in the country now and play Gridiron.
It's unbelievable.
Victory formation here.
Yep. Yeah, I see some trouble brewing on the sideline.
Keep your eyes to the left, ladies and gentlemen.
Mitch Whittick there as a foreign object.
And there's the game. And they got him too. They got him. Congratulations to your Reef Bowl number 8 champions, Townsville Cyclones. And congratulations to Rockhampton to making it to the Reef Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get off the air. Coach Josh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach Hollywood. It's been a pleasure.
We're going to get off the air real quick because we're going to get downstairs and make some announcements. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Speak to you soon.
Just 1, 2. Testing, testing.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Nielsen. I'm here representing Gridiron Queensland Management Committee. I'm a member of that committee. The president of the committee would like to have been here tonight, but unfortunately got knocked out through COVID. Now, I think you'll all agree this season has been a tough one. We've had the first time we've run a regional Queensland competition all the way from Cairns to Gladstone. And I think it's a credit to all the clubs, especially the volunteers at those clubs. And I think they deserve a round of applause, whether they're an exec or a volunteer running chains or pretty much anybody that works for our clubs. All right, so we've got a few things to present here. But before we do, it'd be great if we could get a representative of the Wolverines, the team that unfortunately weren't successful tonight, to just say a few words. Oh, they're busy over there. I think one thing we can say about this season, that the two teams that were the standout for the entire season did end up in the final, and I think that's a credit to both these teams. Can we get a representative from the Wolverines just to say a few words?
Right, so first and foremost, on behalf of the Wolverines and our supporters, hats off to Townsville. Awesome year out of you guys, undefeated, all the way through clean, and very impressive football team. So let's get a clap for them. That's a hell of a year. Good stuff, boys. Enjoy it and celebrate. To my boys, obviously we fought hard, left it all out there, and held your heads up high, boys. We'll be back next year.
Well played, the Wolverines. All right, so before we present the Reef Bowl, there is another award to give out, and that is to the MVP for tonight. Coach Hollywood's picked a winner here, and I'll just hand over him to announce that winner.
Great, guys. Great job, guys. Both teams. Man, it was the wind. It was tough. It was the heat. That was a hell of a game. Way to stand there. Leadership, poise, and the right decision when to hand the ball off. Number 6, Corey Jeeves.
Obviously, thank you to Rockhampton. Great to have you back in the competition. I think the only team that really challenged us all year, and that's credit to you. Well, they were. To our boys, we were the best team last year, and we fell short by one game. So to come back this year and keep on going through to the end, I guess. Yeah, good work.
I will say that there is one MVP, but I will say also there is an honourable mention to the Rocky quarterback because he played a hell of a game. That was a great job.
All right, can I have a representative from Townsville Cyclones? A few words before I hand this trophy over to you.
I want to say a big special thank you to the Wolverines. You guys are a formidable foe. As much as Kyle likes to whinge and moan, you guys put up an awesome fight. Thank you very much for the season. Thank you to all the teams that always made this league such a great league. We have to drive the most out of nearly any state in Australia. Every single person on every team who puts in the hours to drive should be commended. Not only the players, but the refs and the fans and everyone that makes this filming. And North Queensland Gridiron's so great. I hope that it gets better and better every year. It goes out to every single person that I've talked about. I come from humble beginnings. I've played 10 years of football and I've never won more than 2 games in a row. And now, being a part of this team, I have done nothing but give you guys the resources and the things that you needed to do what you did, and you did it greatly. So this goes out to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Reef Bowl champions for 2021-22, the Townsville Cyclones. Yep, we also have individual medallions for each of the players, so we'll hand them out now. There you go. You can pass them over. Well, that's it for formal proceedings. Thank everybody for coming tonight, and safe travels home.